Hi, I'm super excited because Bianca from Thermomix has popped into my kitchen to introduce me to my very first Thermomix.
I can't wait to show you, Fee, how Thermomix is going to change the way you cook in the kitchen. So let's get started and I'll show you how to use it.
Yeah.
So when carrying your Thermomix, make sure you always use the handle on the top.
Oh yeah.
And place your Thermomix on a flat level surface and just away from the edge. And make sure you keep it away from any hot surfaces like a cooktop. So the first thing to do is to fully extend the flexible cord. And one thing to remember is just make sure it's not caught under the Thermomix, it's not touching it, because it will affect how the scales work. So let's get started and turn on your Thermomix. All you need to do is push the selector dial to turn it on, so the grey one.
That one?
Yep. Yep, and that's the same button that you use to turn off your Thermomix. So you just need to hold it down for around 2 to 3 seconds and your Thermomix will shut down.
Okay, easy.
I'm going to walk you through some steps on the touch screen that's going to set up your Thermomix.
Great.
First thing that we'll be selecting is your language. Yep, and next. And then your country.
Yep. I pick Australia.
And now we're going to connect to Wi-Fi, and this gives you access to Cookie Dough, and that will give you access to all those recipes online.
Yeah, amazing.
So just select your network down the bottom.
Yep, so I just grab my Wi-Fi, right?
That's right. So here's where you can set up your Cookie Dough account, and that will give you access to all those recipes online.
Yeah, amazing.
So now that we've logged into Cookie Dough, the Thermomix is going to walk you through some safety screens. So have a read through each of them and just select next.
Yep. Nice, it's really clear as well. Little picture.
Yeah, it's got the pictures there to describe what you need to do.
Yep.
And all the details and tips and hints. So let's have a look at the scales and make sure that they're working all okay.
Okay.
They're actually located in the bottom of the Thermomix in the 3 feet. So you can actually see them here at the back. So there's 2 there.
It's in the feet.
Yeah, all located in there, and you've got another one in the front there. So you just need to make sure they're clean and on that level surface so they do work accurately.
Okay. Yep, that's why.
So let's test them out. So if you swipe your screen to the left
Yep.
and select the scales.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it's in grams.
It is in grams. It weighs in 1 gram increments. So it's really precise, which is great for those baking recipes where you need that precision.
Awesome.
So let's weigh the measuring cup. So you need something with a known weight.
That's a measuring cup.
That is a measuring cup, and I'll go through that later on. So if you tear the scales, that will reset that to 0.
Yep.
And if you pop that on the lid, we'll see that it weighs 85 grams. It is.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
So what are all these goodies?
So these are all the accessories that come together with your Thermomix in the box.
Okay.
So you'll get your measuring cup.
Yeah, the MC.
Yeah, that's right. The splash guard.
Yep.
Your barometer for steaming.
Okay, beautiful.
Your simmering basket. The spatula. And you've got your butterfly whisk.
Oh, that does look like a butterfly.
Yeah.
Cute.
And all of these can actually go in the dishwasher. And the good thing to know, they're all made out of food grade material.
Oh, good. Let's start with the spatula.
Well, what you'll notice, it's got a flexible tip, which is great and easy to get the food out of the bowl.
Yeah. Yep.
It's got a little hook on there, which you actually use to get the simmering basket out, which I'll show you a little bit later on.
That guy there?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And this safety guard here is great to help the spatula stop hitting the blades. And I'll show you exactly how that works.
Okay.
So you pop it through the hole here, and you can use it for mixing things like coleslaw or sorbet, and just mixing it through.
Beautiful.
And then the spatula is actually designed to fit between the blades to help you remove all that food from the bottom of the bowl.
Get every last little bit.
Yeah. And it's really important to use just this spatula in the bowl just to help protect from scratching.
Yeah, we don't want that. So I'm really curious about this butterfly bee.
Yeah, so the butterfly whisk is great for aerating food. So you can do things like whipped cream, you can do mashed potatoes, whipping egg whites. It's really easy to use.
Yeah, that sounds good. And what does the 4 mean?
So the 4 is a great reminder to never use the butterfly over speed 4 in the Thermomix.
Okay.
Let me show you just how to use it.
Yeah, pop it in.
So you simply pop the butterfly on top of the blades and you give it a twist to the right.
That's it.
And then to remove it, you just reverse that action and pull it off.
Easy.
Yeah.
Awesome. What am I going to cook in this little basket?
Yeah, so the simmering basket is great for cooking food like your potatoes, vegetables, you can do rice and eggs in it.
Right.
And you've got the lid on the top to help you prevent from overfilling that basket.
Yeah, so how do you get it in?
So you just simply pop it in the mixing bowl. Use a spatula and that little hook on the end. Just goes into that slot and then you can safely remove it from the mixing bowl.
That's amazing.
Yeah. One great thing I love using it for as well is straining juices, and you can even use it to rinse things like your vegetables.
Oh, I love it.
So Fee, let me tell you about the splash guard.
Okay.
So first we need to pop the lid on the mixing bowl, and then the splash guard actually sits on top of the lid. So why don't you pop it on?
That way?
That's right.
Okay. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, and then the arms actually lock over the splash guard and keep it in place. And what it actually does is it allows steam to release when they're cooking at high temperatures.
Beautiful.
And what you'll find in the guided cooking recipes, it will actually ask you to put it on top, so just make sure you follow those instructions.
Now, you said this was a steamer, right?
Yeah, that's right. This is the steaming attachment, the Vroma. So you can steam things like your vegetables, your meats, you can do bread, cakes, dumplings, a whole range of things. And you've got the layers in there. So you've got your lid, you've got your tray and your dish. So you could have some meat on the tray and then have some veggies down the bottom.
There you go. It's going to
Yeah.
save me heaps of time.
It will. And you've got the little vents in there so that the steam can come through. So you just need to make sure that you're leaving some free to allow that steam to come up.
Of course, yeah, through the little holes.
Yeah.
So how do you actually use it with that though?
So I just need to remove the measuring cup first, and then you simply place the Vroma on top.
Oh, it's
Really
so
easy to
easy.
And a couple of really important things to remember: always open the lid away from you to allow that steam to escape. And the lid's actually really handy because you can use it as a trivet as well.
Okay.
So you simply place it down and the Vroma goes on top. And it prevents any of the liquids from going onto your bench top. So Fee, one last thing to remember when steaming, always make sure you have a minimum of 500 grams of water for every 30 minutes of steaming.
Now, I'm intrigued about this measuring cup that lives inside the lid.
So the MC is actually designed to allow steam to safely escape when you're cooking. And another really handy thing it's great for is when you're doing things like mayonnaise where you need to emulsify.
Yeah.
It allows the oil to slowly drip through in that gap.
Oh, that's clever.
So just a couple of safety tips. Make sure you don't hold down the MC. Don't pop anything on top of it. And never open it up and look into it when it's cooking. And another really good tip is always open the lid away from you when you're cooking.
Okay. And what are these two?
Yeah, so this is your user manual, and that's got all your instructions on how to use your Thermomix.
Cool.
And you've got your basic book with 120 recipes.
Nice.
Now, the great thing with the basic book, it's all programmed into your Thermomix as well, so you can go through the recipes on your touchscreen. And I can show you how to access those if you like.
Oh, yeah.
So if you select the 3 lines in the top left-hand corner and select My Recipes,
Yep.
Saved Collections,
Yep.
and there you have your basic
There
book.
it is.
Yeah.
There you go. So everything that's in here is in there as well.
Yeah, that's right. So if you click on it, you can scroll through all those recipes directly on the screen of your Thermomix.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Now, there's another book that comes with your Thermomix, and that's your user manual. And it has all the instructions in there on how to use your Thermomix safely and correctly. So just make sure you take the time to read through it. And you can actually access it on your TM6 as well.
Oh, right.
Just head to your settings and click on the help tab, and it's all there for you. Fee, let me tell you about the bowl and the blade. It's really important to have it all assembled correctly together when you're using it in your base unit. And it's actually really easy to pull it apart and put it back together. All you need to do is hold the bowl upright, place your fingers in the grip underneath,
Yep.
and twist clockwise.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then it's as simple as putting the base down and pulling the blades out and just holding it on the very top.
Careful.
Yep, very careful with them because they are sharp. And the blade's actually designed to have a sharp side and a blunt side, which gives you all the different functions when using your Thermomix.
Yeah, right.
Shall we have a go putting it back together?
Well, it seems pretty easy.
Yeah, it is. I'll give it over
Famous
to you.
last word.
Yep. So just need to I'll place the blades
Yeah, go on.
on the side.
All right.
You hold it upright
Thank you.
and then you just place the base on the top
Oh, yeah, there's the grip.
and just twist it.
Line up at the back.
That's right.
Oh, there you go. That was easy.
Yeah. And this mixing bowl is where most of your cooking will happen. And a couple of handy tips about it. It's made out of high-grade stainless steel, and you'll notice some markings on the inside. That goes up in 0.5 litre increments.
Yep.
And it's really important to never go over the maximum capacity, which is 2.2 litres.
Okay.
So when using your Thermomix, there's 3 simple settings. There's your time, your temperature and your speed.
Oh, yeah.
Just pick the one you want on your touch screen
Yep.
and then turn the selector dial. It's easy as that. And a great tip to remember, always work left to right, and that's because the heat actually won't work unless that time is selected.
Okay, gotcha. Easy. What are the green lights for?
Yeah, the green lights are always on when the contents of the bowl are below 60 degrees. As soon as that goes above 60 degrees, they'll turn to red.
Okay, a bit of extra safety.
So there's a couple of symbols that you'll notice when you're cooking in the recipes. One of them is the spoon setting, and that's used to gently stir the contents of your food.
Yep.
The other one is the reverse symbol, which you just select the blade down the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's enabled.
Oh, easy. Yep. And is that the reverses because of the blunt side of the blades?
Yeah, that's right. So if you're doing something like minestrone soup, you'd have that reverse setting on and it's not going to chop up all the food in there. Pins on the bottom it's really important to keep them dry before you're using your Thermomix.
Yeah.
And that's to prevent moisture getting to the motor.
Yeah, okay, because that just clicks in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And look, spills do happen from time to time. If it's water, just turn off your Thermomix first, let it dry out for 48 hours. If it's something other than water, then it's best to book your Thermomix into one of our service centres.
Okay.
Also, from time to time, you may notice an error message come up on the screen. If that happens, just contact your consultant. They're only a phone call away.
Yeah, I love that personalised service.
And you'll notice the locking arms, they activate when the Thermomix is operating. Then to turn it off, just push the selector dial.
Yep.
And then what you'll notice is there's a delay in the locking arms opening, and that's to allow the contents inside to settle.
Ah, there you go.
What you'll also notice on your Thermomix is some function modes. So you can access them by swiping left, and they're all available on the screen. To find out about each one, just select it, and you've got an information button that tells you about the mode.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And of course, I've got my handy consultant as
That's
well.
right. You can always give them a call to ask them questions, and you've also got your basic cookbook, which has all the information on all the modes.
Okay, we're here. The moment has finally arrived. I've been waiting for this all day. B, what are we going to make?
We are going to make some vegetable stock paste, and it's using all natural ingredients so you know exactly what's going inside, so getting rid of those nasty additives and preservatives.
Push next.
Next,
Getting good at this bit.
yeah, select next. So now that the recipe is finished, the Thermomix goes that extra mile and has a handy pre-clean function you can use.
So how do I do that?
Just pop the mixing bowl in the unit and swipe left on the screen, and that gives you all the function modes, and select pre-clean.
Okay.
And all we need to do is add in some water, so a maximum of 1 litre. So I'll just get you to pour that in.
Yeah.
And then all you need to do is turn the selector dial.
Turn it on?
Yep.
And that's it.
Done.
Awesome.
Sophie, what did you think about the Thermomix?
Well, I'm really excited. I'm feeling kind of re-inspired to try some new recipes, and I can tell it's going to save me heaps of time.
Oh, it definitely will. And what's one of the first things you think you'll cook in it?
I've been eyeing off a bit of butter chicken, and I reckon the kiddies would love some homemade ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, that's a delicious one. And just remember, if you want to find out even more, you can always book a cooking experience with your consultant.
Okay.
All you need is a few friends and get to try some delicious recipes and learn lots of hints and tips.
Yeah, that sounds fun actually. Yeah. Well, I love the whole consultant experience as well. I know they're only a phone call away. So.
Yeah, they're always there with you every step of the way, so you can get the most out of your Thermomix.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in and showing me my Thermomix.
It's been my pleasure.
I'm really excited. So I'm gonna sign off and get into the kitchen.